Good day. Welcome to News Now on TV360. I'm Thelma Okoro. The Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and Trade Union Congress, TUC, held a protest in Lagos and Abuja demanding better governance from the Nigerian government. Hundreds of union members and Nigerians who don't even belong to both unions also called for an increase in the minimum wage of Nigerians from 18,000 naira to 52,000 naira. In Lagos, the protesters carrying banners with various inscriptions marched through to the State House in Alausa, Ikeja. The protest comes exactly 4 days after a similar anti-government protest by Nigerians. TV360's crew were also present for the Lagos protest.
On behalf of everybody, and we are saying, the style of governance is intimidating. The style of governance is oppressive, and they must do everything possible to provide focused government. This government has no direction. You can see clearly that up to 2 years in office, no economic plan to liberate this country. There is no plan to even rescue Nigeria from recession. And every day, they are always reactive to issues. Reactive will never solve the problem of Nigeria. This is a warning protest, and we are saying strongly, even at this front, whether the governor is here or not, the demand is very clear. Good governance for Nigeria people. This warning strike expires today, but very shortly there must be an indefinite protest until change is done to the system of governance.
We are telling the government of the day that we haven't seen the change that was promised. And that the change we have is ephemeral. The change we have in town is fake.
Yes.
Therefore, it's almost half time for the regime.
Yes.
Almost 2 years that Nigerians have been suffering without any hope that the suffering will end very soon.
Oh yeah.
While we are wishing our president speedy recovery, we also demand to know the state of health of our president. It is not a private affair. Once you occupy public office, there is no room for secrecy. You are a public property, you are a public figure.
We have heard all the complaints, and the governor, as the speaker has rightly suggested, is a people's governor. He's a man of the people. He will deliver the messages to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in Abuja. That one, I know he will deliver the message because he appreciates the welfare of the people.
The Nigerian government has taken over the management of Airline. According to the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, AMCON, that decision to intervene is to instill sanity in the country's aviation sector. Airline is Nigeria's biggest airline, and it has been experiencing difficulties in recent times, such as inability to pay workers and creditors. AMCON says Arik had temporarily suspended its operation to New York and grounded more than 8 other planes, adding that the airline had also suffered from non-payment of leases. The National Judicial Council has extended the tenure of Walter Onogen as the acting Chief Justice of Nigeria. The NJC's resolution comes hours after the Nigerian government submitted his name to the Nigerian Senate for confirmation. The NJC approval will enable Onogen continue in acting capacity, pending his confirmation as substantive Chief Justice by the Senate. If confirmed, he will be the first Southerner to be named as Chief Justice of Nigeria since 1987. The Senate has said it will not consider his name for nomination until it reconvenes from its break on February 21st. The Nigerian government has insisted that President Muhammadu Buhari is not ill. Speaking to newsmen after the Federal Executive Council meeting held on Wednesday, Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed insisted that the president is hale and hearty. President Buhari just last week wrote to the National Assembly informing it of his desire to extend his leave. He had been expected back into the country on February 5th, 2017. Since his absence from office, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has assumed presidency of the country.
Is it? I read the American session.
Obama went on.
Who did Obama go on vacation? Let me tell you, Mr. President will go on vacation when he has to go on vacation. Like, do you know how many ministers have gone on vacation this year? I don't think so because it's a recession, Mr. President cannot go on vacation. I mean, that's ridiculous.
PDP has condemned a police report alleging that Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State bribed officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). A panel created to investigate electoral offences during the Rivers parliamentary rerun elections says it recovered 111 million naira from 23 INEC officials. Chairman of the PDP National Caretaker Committee, Ahmed McCarthy, says there is no evidence to prove that the money was collected from Governor Wike. The Nigerian army has arrested 2 officers for assaulting a physically challenged man in Onitsha, Anambra State, southeast Nigeria. In a statement issued on Thursday, the army says the soldiers have also been charged to court for that offense. The incident occurred on February 7, 2017. A video posted online that went viral shows the army officers beating the man and dragging him on the floor. The motive behind their attack on the man is still unclear. Lagos State Governor Kilmi Ambode has ordered the arrest of some kidnappers who killed 3 security guards during an attack in the Ishale area of Lagos State. The kidnappers also abducted the secretary of the Ishale North Residents Association, Dayo Adekoya. Just recently, the governor signed an anti-kidnapping bill which imposes a penalty of life imprisonment on kidnapping for ransom. The law also states that where a victim dies in the course of kidnap, the kidnapper can be convicted to death. The lead prosecution counsel in the trial of Sylvester Nguta, a Supreme Court judge, has withdrawn from the case. Charles Adeogun Phillips announced his withdrawal from the trial before John Soho, who is the Justice of the Federal High Court in Abuja. Nguta is one of the 7 judges arrested by the Department of State Services. He is facing money laundering charges to the tune of 500 million naira brought against him by the Nigerian government. The government has also filed fresh cases against him at the Code of Conduct Tribunal. A non-governmental organization in Nigeria, Center for Social Justice, says it has questioned some items in the 2017 budget. Lead director of the group, Eze Onyekpere, says that the budget contains expenditures that are frivolous, inappropriate, and wasteful. He insisted that the budget must be reviewed in order to remove all expenditures that have no value to Nigerians.
Unemployment is increasing. The minimum wage can no longer take anybody home. 18,000 can no longer buy a bag of rice. We have interest rate at an all-time high, which is in the 20%, and upsurge of non-performing loans in the banks. Capital importation is heading south, is the lowest we had in so many years. And inventories are building up in the manufacturing sector. Materials that have been produced and not sold. And capacity utilization at the same time is low. And the Naira has taken a strong bashing, losing close to 100% of its value. So this is the time that the budget must collaborate with other economic policy instruments like monetary policy to be able to take measures to get Nigeria out of a recession. So the annual rituals of budgeting for frivolities, which we have seen in previous years, is not what we are expecting at this time around. But unfortunately, we are still treading in the same path despite the mantra of change. In the State House, they still have money for anti-corruption, and I'm wondering, since all the anti-corruption agencies report to the president, what they should still be doing with such a vote again. And the ubiquitous welfare vote, for which they're asking for 209,500,000. And we are wondering, after personnel costs, we are still talking about welfare. What is this welfare all about? In the same State House, refreshment and meals is to go up 97.2 million, which we think is also on the high side.
Governor Kilmi Ambode has received a certificate of admission of Lagos State as one of the 100 resilient cities in the world. Governor Ambode says the development was not only historic, but a confirmation that the efforts to rebuild a globally competitive state had received international recognition. The governor says plans have been put in place to address the housing deficit, transport challenges, and economic development, among others that have been affecting Lagos.
So 2015, there was the Ebola outbreak. Somehow, you ask yourself, how did Lagos survive? Where in some other countries or some other cities, you know what happened. So we're not praying for anything bad. Assuming there is some kind of mass flooding in Lagos, and it's overnight flooding or something like a shock. So how does the city react to protect the city and make life normal again? Does the city go down despondent and then the whole fabric breaks away, or you bring people together? So you need to have some kind of template, some kind of strategy that in case anything happens that can break the fabric of the society, some strategies must be in place that will make us come back together as. So those are the things that we stand to gain by learning from other cities that are in that same network.
We selected Lagos in May of 2016 as part of our final cohort of cities. To select the 100 cities, we had over 1,000 applications, so it was incredibly competitive. And people often ask me, why did you select Lagos? And the reason is three. We looked for innovative leadership that was willing to be partners with us, that was looking for new ways to continue to improve the city that they're in. So that was one important thing, and we know we have that partner with His Excellency the Governor and the leadership team that he's put in place.
Mr. John! Mr. John! What is it now?
What is it now?
Please turn down the volume of your music. It's too loud.
And how is that your business?
It is disturbing me. I can't sleep.
And the same way you are disturbing my right to good music and where I enjoy it. Eh? What's wrong with you? Is there another person complaining?
Maybe we thought that you have lost your mind. Are you having a party?
I'm just respecting you, sir. You remember I've paid my husband too.
You will not understand why we are complaining, because you do not care about other people except yourself. Look, the transformation we need in this country begins in this compound.
Yes, now.
From you and I. This your selfishness is an offshoot of corruption. And corruption
not in my country.
You know, go to your bank. Go.
Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. It's now time for business news. Fidelia has all the latest stories.
Thank you, Thelma. Nigeria's power generation capacity has risen to 3,730.5 megawatts. According to the Minister of Power Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, the country's electricity generation capacity rose from 1,072 megawatts to 3,730 megawatts. The minister added that the growth is a result of the decrease in pipeline vandalism. MTN Group says it's expecting the full report year loss this 2017 because of the 330 billion regulatory fine imposed on it by the federal government. In a statement released on Wednesday, MTN said the fine took 4.74 rand from full-year earning per share. The telecommunication outfit was fined 330 billion for its failure to disconnect 5.1 million unregistered SIM card users in the country. In 2016, it recorded a loss for the first time in its history and blamed it on the fine. Oil prices rose on Thursday, although bloated crude supplies meant that fuel marketers remain under pressure. Brent crude futures were trading at $55.52 a barrel, while US crude was trading at $52.73 a barrel. Traders say a surprise increase in US gasoline inventories had helped push up crude, while other traders say fuel markets were still bloated and would likely record big price rises. Well, that's all on business. Thelma will be back with more reports. Don't go away.
Corruption not in my country.
That was a very good business.
Yeah.
The furniture you brought was very perfect.
That's how we roll.
Let me do you receipts.
Yeah. How much was it again?
1 million naira.
Okay, write 2.5.
Mbano. The deal was for 1 million naira now.
Okay, write 3 million. I'll give you 500.
Oh no, I don't do business like that now. Yeah.
That can give me back my check. Let me go and look for someone that understand business.
Take.
Your loss.
It is only for incorruptible customers. What are you talking?
Now get out.
What kind of this?
You will just die.
No.
You will die.
That is the door. Now get out from here.
Rubbish.
Look, my people, make not really add money for original invoice price. That's not corruption. Say no, not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Glad to have you back. A high court in Kenya has blocked the government's bid to close the largest refugee camp in the world. A directive to shut the Dadaab camp and forcibly repatriate about 260,000 Somali refugees living there was issued last year. The deadline for its closure had been extended until May, but a high court judge ruled the decision was synonymous to an act of group persecution. The government says it will appeal against the ruling on security grounds. The Gambia President Adama Barrow has extended the stay of ECOWAS forces by 3 months. The West African military operation has played a huge role in forcing Gambia's longtime leader Yahya Jammeh to step down and flee into exile. Barrow won a December 1st election, but Jammeh, who had ruled since seizing power in a coup in 1994, refused to step down from office, forcing his opponent to be sworn in at the Gambian embassy in neighboring Senegal last month. Nigeria's Super Eagles have moved up 9 places in the latest FIFA World Ranking to 41 in the world. The Eagles moved up in the rankings despite missing out on the 2017 African Cup of Nations, which was eventually won by Cameroon. The Cameroonians, who won their first African title since 2002, were the highest movers in the ranking, climbing 29 places to 33 in the ranking. The Super Eagles of Nigeria are the 7th on the African chart, while AFCON runner-up Egypt climbed to 1st place and Senegal climbed to 2nd, with Cameroon climbing to 3rd. UEFA President Alexander Sefin says the body will demand an extra 3 spots at the 2026 World Cup tournament. Europe currently gets 13 slots, but Sefin says the body will demand for 3 extra slots. The 2026 World Cup, which will be the first World Cup to include 48 teams, has forced severe criticisms from the European Club Association. The new format, which will see the finals comprising of 16 groups of 3 teams before a 32-team knockout stage, is part of President Gianni Infantino's key proposal for his tenure. FIFA will debate on the continental allocations in May 2017. Former world number 1 Maria Sharapova has been invited to play at the Madrid Open in May this year. The tournament takes place less than 2 weeks after she will be leaving her doping ban. The 5-time Grand Slam winner has been given a wild card for the event, which begins on May 5th, 2017. It is scheduled to be her second comeback tournament after her suspension for doping. Sharapova is set to return to the action at the Swat Grand Prix in April this year. That's all we have on news now. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Thelma Okoro.